Welcome to another video, guys, and today I'm lucky enough to be driving this absolute weapon. My friend Hamish has lent it to me. Got it insured for like 3 days for £27 or something. I've just driven it across town to get here, and I can tell you already it's so well refined. It's just an absolute beast. It's had some modifications. It's not a standard M2. He's had it remapped to 444 horsepower, upgraded suspension, decent tires, exhaust upgrade. It's for track use. He just uses it, literally he's used it on track, so it doesn't get used as a daily, and it's pretty bumpy. You've got to be careful where you're going, and pretty low too. The stance of it is just perfect, I think, and it sounds absolutely incredible. Oh yeah, also I think my brother helped put this carbon wing on. You know a car is good if my brother says it's good, because he's driven so many different cars over the last 30 years that he's been working on cars. So when he says something's epic, it's going to be pretty standout, and I don't think he's going to be wrong about this one. And inside, beautiful seats, nice M2 up there, very supportive, but just perfect for me anyway, just sitting there nicely, lumbar support. And this is where all the business starts happening. That one opens up the valves on the exhaust a bit, and slightly more responsive with it sharpens up the steering and everything. And he said, I don't recommend it, but this one turns off all the traction control and everything else, which I definitely will not be using. He said when he takes it on track and he turns the traction control off and everything, every corner of the back end's out. So as you can imagine, me pottering around country roads in someone else's car, I'm definitely not going to be doing that. I've got the list of information here. So it's a S55 engine from the M3 and 4. Standard to have 405 horsepower, but because it had the CS software upgrade, it's got 444, and a Remus exhaust and Niton springs and dampeners. Yeah, and he changed the wheels to BBS CIRs, and they do look gorgeous. Oh yeah, and most importantly, it's manual. I may have forgotten to mention that. Slowing down, because then it means you couldn't put your foot down and speed up. When you're on boost, it's so boom, responsive. Oh, that's a school. Better not go in there with cameras on my car. I'm not driving recklessly, even other people are overtaking me. Just cruising along at the speed limit like a good boy. Just accelerate quite briskly, that's all. absolutely pins you back in your seat. It's amazing. I love it. With this sportier suspension, even on the motorway here, I feel I could feel sick, I reckon. Just because you're constantly up, up, down with your stomach. Yeah, it's not a grand tourer to take down to the south of France or Italy or something. You could, of course, if you can endure it, but yeah, by comparison, obviously the Jag is just stupid to mention it in many ways, but yeah, I think it makes me wonder where's the limit of what I personally would drive on a long road trip. Because you think maybe in the raw form, a Lamborghini Gallardo and those supercars that aren't modified might be comfortable enough, probably more comfortable than this when it's after it's been modified, right? Because of this stiffer suspension that it has. But if you're brave enough, you can road trip in anything. So ticks along nicely in 6th. Gear changes are lovely. Just clicks in nicely. Short little throws. I mean, the last 2 cars I've driven was a Citroen C1 where the clutch comes all the way up here and you got a metre long gear stick, and then the Austin 7 where I could barely keep my foot off the brake and press the throttle. So by comparison, the most recent cars I've driven, it's going to seem quite incredible, but I just think it's a well-rounded machine. I am interested in how it would handle and comfort without the suspension modification, because it'd be obviously a lot more usable as a daily. But right, we're on some quieter country lanes. They're a little bit rough, but no potholes, but definitely not smooth. So yeah, just give it a little bit of a squirt around these country lanes. It's not ideal, definitely more comfortable in the Aston Martin, my cousin's Aston Martin V8 Vantage. They're just a bit smaller, and just not having that race suspension or track suspension set up. Obviously my Jag takes it in its stride as well. But yeah, still a bit of fun. I'm sure we nearly got air then at 30 miles an hour. Well, I've been driving around for about, I think, 3 hours now. I'm pretty knackered. I mean, I'm a little bit tense at the best of times when I'm driving someone else's car. Also thinking of the videos, where to stop, different shots, different angles, worrying about the cameras, worrying about other people, getting annoyed when you're driving past their house and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I'm pretty tired now after 3 hours. The steering wheel, by the way, is amazing. It's just perfect size, perfect grip. Yeah, absolutely love that. They've nailed that, and that's how all steering wheels should be, unless it's in a classic and it's wood. Yeah, knackered. It came into its own on the highway, on the motorway, like lapped that up. Obviously big roundabouts and exits onto the national speed limit is absolutely amazing in this. B roads, it's just too much with the suspension, how it rides and everything. Probably a bit too fast as well. That's the thing with the Aston, like my cousin's Aston Martin V8 Vantage, they're not that quick. They're great, I love them, they sound good, they look good, you're mainly paying for the brand over performance. It's just an enjoyable car to pooter around around the country lanes and stuff, but this is just way more full on. It's way more capable. This on the Autobahn in Germany would be absolutely epic. And of course, as I've already mentioned 100 times, on a racetrack this would be so good. And that's what it's set up for, and that's what my mate uses it for. So, you know, I've taken it a track focused car on the road, so obviously it's not going to be amazing for that, but it's definitely comfortable enough. You could do a day trip or overnight trip in it and that'd be fine, but you'd be exhausted when you get home and glad of a rest. I was pretty happy to get on the highway just so I could relax a bit. And just to add to that, the car overall, inside and everything, it sounds a bit rude saying basic, it's just tidy, clean, nothing special, but you're obviously, what you're getting is the performance of the car, how it handles, and the engine and the power and everything. So as an overall package, it's amazing. But the interior it's fine, it works. The seats are great, like I said before, and it's comfortable. It's got cup holders and places to put everything where you want it, and the air conditioning works, and there's a map, sat nav's alright, and yeah, everything's fine, but not thrilling. But the engine is thrilling and it looks amazing, and I love this turquoisey colour, which I still need to find out what it is. Thanks for watching, see ya.